You know, it kind of bothers me that everyone and their grandma nowadays thinks that Zyn is the greatest thing since sliced bread. When in fact, there's hundreds of better options out there. And in my opinion, the best option available in America is actually made by the same exact company. Yo, what's cracking, folks? Outlaw back here with a gosh dang video. Hey, I'm not talking about Rogue. I'm not talking about On. I'm not talking about Velo or any of these other nicotine pouches on the market today, which seem to all be, you know, American companies, or at least mostly sold in America. And to be honest with you, they all freaking suck. American products suck when it comes to smokeless products, okay? And I'm only talking, in this video at least, about products that are sold in America, okay? Because the majority of you watching this are probably from America, so I'm not gonna be talking about everybody over in Europe or China or gosh dang Antarctica, okay? We're just talking about the great old US of A. Now, you know what country is the king of smokeless? Sweden. It's the land of meatballs, fish, and crappy furniture that takes a gosh dang brain surgeon to help you build, okay? But IKEA is not the biggest thing to come from Sweden. The biggest thing to come from Sweden is snus. And you know what? Maybe in another video or something, we'll get into the history of snus and tobacco and smokeless in general. And it all stems from Sweden. No pun intended. And yes, it is pronounced snus, not snus. I remember back whenever America first released their snus, everybody started calling it snus, and that was with camel snus, which is not even real snus, and we'll get into that later as well. But ladies and gentlemen, just so I can get everybody on the same page, you know, there's a lot of weird things that happen with the smokeless community. Everybody that used to think that there was actually fiberglass and dip so that it would, you know, make your gums raw and let the nicotine go into your system. That was a myth. They're not putting fiberglass in your dip, folks. And now the second one that I want to make sure everybody understands, it's not snus, it's snooze. You may think you've had the real snooze before because you bought a can of Camel in college, but that ain't the real stuff, son. Okay, we're going to be talking about the real stuff today. The product I'm going to be talking about in snooze in general is actually very different from what Zyn is, right? Zyn is no tobacco whatsoever. It's just nicotine salt mixed with, there's a couple different acids they use, usually benzoic acid or something like that to make it trigger, to make it work. Zyn is a nicotine pouch. So you have nicotine pouches, which is no tobacco leaf or stem in it whatsoever, usually just a white pouch filled with powder, usually smaller than the average tobacco pouch. And then you have snus, which is, they're both spitless. You do not have to spit with either of them. But we're talking about snus portions over in Europe and in Sweden and thing. They call them portions, not pouches. So you have Zyn nicotine pouches and you have snus portions. Zyn is a nicotine salt mixed with flavoring powder, where snus is a refined, pasteurized tobacco product. So pasteurized meaning it was steam cured, not fire cured like a lot of our American tobaccos, which actually makes it safer. The reason why people switch to Zyn most of the time is because it's safer. There's no tobacco, there's no way to get cancer from it, but you do have the nicotine addiction that comes along with it, but it's healthier for you. Doctors still today are, I wouldn't say prescribing nicotine, but recommending nicotine patches, pouches, and things to get off of cigarettes and other things that are hurting your lungs, mouth, or whatever. But the snus is being a pasteurized product and steam curing the tobacco rather than fire curing it takes away a lot of the carcinogens. It's a very interesting process, and maybe we'll go through it in a video one day, but it makes it a lot safer than actually a lot of the American smokeless products on the market today as well. Now, I gotta quit jibber jabbing. I could talk about this for days, but you remember how I said that I believe the best alternative to Zyn is made from the same company? Let's talk about that company for a second. That company is Swedish Match. Now that company, Swedish Match, was just acquired. Swedish Match was obviously a Swedish company out of Stockholm, Sweden, was just acquired by Philip Morris last year for nearly $18 billion. Yeah, folks, $18 billion, which makes it one of the biggest deals, ever done in history. And the brand that comes from Swedish Match is actually one of the original snus brands that dates back over 150 years ago. And like I said, is available for purchase here in America, which a lot of snooses aren't. Of course, I'm talking about the great brand of General. This one today is General Mint. And folks, let's just go ahead and get into this thing. This is a fresh can. I want to go over the differences between the two of a Zyn can, a General can, the product in between, the feeling it gives you. Let's just hop right into it. I need to put one of these portions in, son. Cool thing about the General cans, they got just a little tab here, and you can just let that thing rip all the way, Tater Chip. That's so freaking cool, man. Right on the sticker, a little gosh dang tab for you, and then you are open. Now let's go ahead and start with presentation on why I like General over Zyn. If y'all have never seen what's about to happen right now, oh dude, hide your kids, hide your wife, because the erection is coming, folks. Here she freaking blows. OMG. You cannot get a sexier look than that. When you're talking about presentation of portions or pouches, this is the best you're gonna get. General's been doing this for a long time, and I remember back in the day, and we'll go into this further in other videos whenever I'm talking about some of their other products, because this is just their American products. This right here, honestly, made me want to dip this brand more just because of the way it was packed. I don't even know how they do this. With my company, Outlaw, we pack pouches by they just get dropped in there. We moisten them and that's it. Like, I don't even know how. Do they do this by hand? Dude, somebody let me know in the comments below if you do, because General kills it every gosh dang time. Look at that, just beautifulness. And don't mind if I do, folks. All right, now while I take this pouch out, let's go ahead and get into the feel of the pouch. Let's go ahead and just look in here. You can see how it's different than Zyn. It's not a full white pouch. You can see the tobacco product inside. And I'll tell you, it's a very spongy, soft, moist, and almost clay-like texture inside, which Swedish Snoosh is because of the pasteurization method. Golly, there's a lot of tongue twisters going on here. This portion, super soft, and as you can see, a lot more plump than a Zyn pouch is gonna be. A Zyn pouch is so gosh dang tiny, you can't even, it's like when you have it in, you don't even know. And that does feed into the discreetness of it and why a lot of people buy them. I like my portions and my pouches like I like my women. Plump. Okay, don't tell my wife. Oh, let me interrupt you real quick. I apologize. But this shirt right here, the FDA, you guys know I have the biggest problem with them. And they're trying to ban Zyn. They're trying to ban everything that Americans know and love just because they want to control you more. That's why we made this gosh dang shirt. It's only available for a couple more days. Link in the description box below. We've already sold way more than I thought, and we still have some up for grabs for a few more days. I think it's like 2 more days since we're filming this video, so get one while you can. Link in the description box. Fuck 'em. Hey, guys. Only like a week left to win my brand new 2024 Polaris Sportsman Hunt Edition. It's got freaking a gun rack, a gun scabbard. Dude, it's freaking electronic power steering. I don't even know, dude. It's got so much more than my four-wheelers over here. It's fuel injected, all independent suspension, comes with a winch, bumpers. It's super comfortable, and it's camo, my freaking favorite color, and I'm sure it's yours too. All you gotta do, every can purchased on outlawdip.com equals an entry. And if you want 5 times entries, speaking of our flavor of the month, this is Red Velvet, which is only available for another week as well until March 1st. When we're announcing the winner for this, 5 times entries, all you gotta do is subscribe to our flavor of the month and you get 6 cans of a brand new lip candy every single month. And right now I'm about to announce what March's flavor is going to be. Let's just throw it up on the screen really quick. Let's just, just give it to them really fast, bro. Okay, ready? You ready for this? I'm gonna flash them really quick. Oh, that's all you get, son. That's all you get right there. If you paused it and you saw it, that is the flavor of the month for March. You do not wanna miss it. It is so gosh dang delicious. Oh my goodness. And so is this freaking red velvet. You can get it in Nic Safe, which is our nicotine alternative. You still get a buzz, but it's non-addictive. Gotta love it, son. Only like a week left to win this four-wheeler. Get on outlawdip.com, get your entries in, and good luck. Now, before I forget, in a general can, you're gonna get 24 pouches, okay? Or portions, I should say. I feel a sneeze coming on. Apologize for that. Now, with General, you're gonna get 24 pouches. With Zyn, you're gonna get 15. Now, let's stay on presentation for a second. One thing that Zyn does not have anymore, which Zyn has such an annoying can, and I know why they're doing it. One, they're selling more Zyn than anything else in the freaking world right now. So they want child-proof cans. You gotta lock up the, you gotta line up the arrows, and you can do it without lining up the arrows. It's just harder to open. General doesn't have that. It's just a regular can. You can open this thing up and it's great. But one thing that Zyn does not have is a catch lid, which is awesome, because when you're talking about being discreet or just being anywhere, you can pop this baby off with ease right here on top, and that's your trash can for, you could probably fit 7 or 8 freaking pillows in there. So, and that just goes right on top, snaps right back in. When you're done, pop them in there, and then when you get to a trash can, you don't have to get up and go to the trash can. You can just, it's always on your person, put it in there, put it in another one, whatever, trash can. You get in here, you can use this. This is what I do. Wow, the thing's kind of hard to take off. Gonna break a nail. They all stick to the top there, and I just scoop them right into the trash can, pop it back on, and you're ready to go. So if you want super discreet, and where you can't see it, now I got a little mustachio going on, but this is in the top lip. Now you always want to put your snus or your nicotine pouches, maybe you put them in the lower, but like the lower, you're gonna produce a lot more saliva, and it's not gonna last as long. It might get nasty. It's gonna get very wet and like a wet sock in your mouth, especially the Zyn and the General as well. I always put them on the top. You're not gonna salivate as much on top, and it's gonna last longer when you're up there. Your salivary glands are up there just as well, and it's gonna hit your nicotine stream nicely. You can probably see the little pillow. These are 1 gram pouches, where Zyn's, I don't even know, they're definitely less than half a gram. They're super small, and the portions are tiny to be discreet, but these are gonna give you a little bit more bulge in the top lip than Zyn is, which I prefer. I prefer to feel it. When I got a Zyn in, I don't even feel the gosh dang thing, and when I go to take it out, I gotta like find it and pinch it, where I can just scoop this thing out. The Zyn is like stuck to your teeth and gums, and it's just like a little wet sock when you take it out. I think it's nasty. Another thing that's cool about General over Zyn. Zyn just sits on the shelf. It's a dry product. It just sits on the shelf. You don't know how long it's been sitting there. It's just powder, so who really cares, right? But the very cool thing about General is most of the time when you find General in a store, the same as Zyn, is they are gonna have these in a fridge, a General fridge, to keep it cold. And that's the thing about, snus in general, because of the pasteurization product and because of the moist tobacco inside, the fridge is gonna help it stay fresh longer, which is super, it's just cool. It's cool when you ask for a can of General and they go in a fridge, open it, and give you the can, and it's a little cool. I mean, that is not just cool to the touch, it's cool in general. Dude! Holy dick, monkey of Murgatroyd. I don't even know what that means, but it just blew my freaking mind, son. I got a list here. Let me go to the next one. All right, let's go to Nic strength. Okay, let's go to actual strength here. Your Zyn's gonna come in 2 different strengths. Okay, you got your 3s and you got your 6s, which is cool, right? General has just 1. When you pop one of these pouches in, you're getting 8 milligrams. But we're gonna go into some differences here. Now, everybody's like, oh my gosh, an 8 milligram, I want that. No, chill. Okay, you freaking Nic fiends. All right, chill out for a second. General snus, you're gonna get the nicotine from the actual tobacco. Where Zyn, you're gonna get it straight nicotine salt mixed with, benzoic acid. I forget another acid to make your nicotine salt and to make it be able to absorb in your bloodstream. Your nicotine salts are going to be absorbed into your bloodstream way faster than just your regular free nicotine in tobacco, okay? So that's why sometimes a 6 milli Zyn is going to hit you harder and faster than something like a General snus. Now, in my opinion, I'm not a fan of the buzzes of Zyns. And the same thing happened back in the vape days when you were vaping Juuls or any vape that used nicotine salts rather than free-base nicotine, okay? The nicotine salts, they're faster absorbed, but it's like there's a chemical aspect to it, which obviously, yes, nicotine is a chemical, but it's this chemical taste that I don't like. And it's a weirder feeling. It's more of a crappy buzz, to be honest. Like it's not a smooth buzz to me. And some people say, oh, it's just a smooth buzz. I love it. I don't think so, especially when you're comparing it. I've tried hundreds, thousands over 17 years I've been on this platform trying different products, okay? And when it comes to the feeling that I get from Zyn from all the other ones, Zyn is on the bottom of the totem pole. I'm telling you right now, okay? If you've only had Zyn and you've never tried anything like a General, this is going to give you a similar buzz, but it's not going to be as fast acting. I'm already feeling it now. Mind you, I quit nicotine for a year and I just starting to get back into the swing of things. The 8 milligrams is going to be a slower release and it's going to be more balanced and smooth, where the Zyn is going to give you just like to me, and I'm not trying to talk crap, okay? I'm just saying it's a crappy buzz. It's chemical tasting, where this doesn't have any chemical taste to it whatsoever. This is just way smoother, to be honest. Golly, man. You look like a geriatric over here dropping everything. You geriatric fuck! Now, I was going into taste a little bit there. Now, this is General Mint, okay? Now, General in America, Zyn, you're gonna have tons of flavors. I don't even know how many they have. I didn't even freaking count. I'm sure over 10 at this point. There's tons of them with different milligram strengths. Generally, you're gonna get 4. You got your mint, wintergreen, your classic, which is in like a yellow can, and your white, which is still a tobacco taste, but less like the original. So it's still kind of your tobacco taste. Your General is gonna be way more balanced. You know, you're mixing it with tobacco that gives off its own flavor profile. So, you know, it's very smooth, it's very balanced, where your Zyn Mint, you know, first of all, if you've ever smelt a Zyn can, you can't really smell what flavor it is. You know what I mean? Like it's just like powder flavoring. So it's very low quality and you're not even going to smell. If I have a can of Zyn Mint here, I could put my nose all the way up to it. And I'm not even going to be able to smell what it is. Where this, you're going to be able to get the aroma right away when you open the can. This has already been juicing up a little bit on me, but I don't have to spit. It's the same thing with the pasteurized tobacco. You don't have to spit, okay? Like you would with like a Copenhagen or Grizzly pouch. I'm not getting that chemical, like harsh throat burn that I would get when swallowing Zyn juice. Where General, I'm gonna get just like a smooth, balanced flavor, and I'm getting a little bit of a mint mixed with the tobacco. It's not burning my throat. It doesn't taste like chemicals. It's way more smooth. This just masks it way better than Zyn does, where Zyn is just straight in your face and you're swallowing it. And to me, it doesn't even make you want to keep it in that long when you have a Zyn in it. It's just like, I don't even like the flavors. I've tried so many of them over the years, and I've never found a flavor I'm just like, oh, this tastes so good, like I do with this, which is just so much more balanced and doesn't give you the chemical burn. I've tried so many different, not even nicotine pouches, but nicotine gum and nicotine chewables and things like that, where what were those things we tried? They were like gumdrops or gum. I think it was nicotine gum, just flavored nicotine gum. And if you've ever tried that and you start to swallow, you're like, oh my gosh, like it just burns the hell out of your throat until you're kind of used to it. I don't like that feeling. I don't want the feeling of a chemical burn in my freaking throat. Whether it has tobacco in it or not, it may be safer, it doesn't feel safer, and it doesn't honestly taste good whatsoever. I mean, that's pretty much the main reason why I think Zyn is so popular, is because that price point is so great for a lot of people. Now, it doesn't last very long. You're only going to get 15 pouches, and while you're paying, and I'm just telling you this because I would rather you try something more high quality than a crappy Zyn pouch, which everybody's just off their rocker about nowadays, which I do not get. It's probably because of that price point, you know? I mean, a Zyn can, depending on where you're at, it's going to be $3 to $4, maybe even cheaper. Where General, you know, I mean, here in Colorado, these are like $8. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna last longer than a can. In my opinion, the pouch and the experience of one is gonna last longer than 2 Zyn pouches. So this can's gonna last longer. I think 1 can of General would last you about the same as 2 cans of Zyn and be much more enjoyable. I get what you're saying about price. I can hear it right now. But this is only $3 to $4. This is $8. When I say something like that, though, I feel like over time, it will balance out on price, on how much Zyn you're buying versus how much General you're buying. You're getting a higher quality product. You're going to enjoy it a lot more, I believe. It's going to last longer, where Zyn you're going to be buying more and for just a less quality product. And I mean, that's what they're trying to do. I mean, they're not trying to have a better product than General. They're both from the same company. General is definitely the better product. It's a higher price point. It takes longer to make. That's why they do it. Zyn is trying to get you in that price point of like, you know, we want everybody to buy this. You know, we just use these crappy nicotine salts and crappy flavoring that you can't smell in the can. Go ahead, freaking get addicted to it, blah, blah, blah. This is a higher quality product. It is more expensive, but in my opinion, it is worth it. And I would choose this over Zyn every single freaking time. And it's a company that's been around for over 150 years. They know what they're freaking doing, folks. It's a dream of mine to go over in Sweden and tour some of these factories or just be able to meet some of these people because of the history in Sweden of tobacco in general. Did it again. I'm going to say this, and this is a big statement. In my opinion, as far as products that are sold in America, this is the highest quality pouch on the market, even over American tobacco companies, like when you talk about Copenhagen pouches or Zyn or Grizzly, whatever Cougar, what we were talking about in the last video. This is the best pouch out there, the highest quality, the best all around. This is it. And in my honest opinion, like I said, way better than Zyn. Please, folks, get some quality in your life, son. All right, ladies and gents, I reckon that is going to do it for me today. My name is Outlaw, and I am out, y'all. Always remember, no matter what you're doing, 25-8-366, keep it frickin' hillbilly. And I'll see you on the dip side. Holla.